Today, I'm going to be telling you 5 things that I wish I knew before I started my master's degree in the UK. My name is Veronica. I am from Nigeria and I just completed my master's in finance from Heriot University in Edinburgh. To all of my existing subscribers, I want to welcome you back to my channel, and to my potential subscribers, if you're watching this video for the first time or you're just stumbling on my channel for the first time, I want to welcome you and also encourage you to subscribe. Also, do not leave this video without giving me a thumbs up. It's just encouraged me to continue to put out relatable and informative videos that would help you in the course of your journey. On this channel, we'll talk about self-development, finance, and my lifestyle in general. If this is what you are also interested in, then do not click out. Keep watching as we delve into today's video. Welcome back to my channel, guys. My name is Veronica. Like I said earlier, in today's video, I'm just going to be telling you about 5 things that I wish I knew before I started my master's degree program. The very first thing that I wish I knew before I started my master's degree journey is that it is hard. Let me rephrase that so that I do not scare you. It requires a lot. If you have seen the video where I sat down with 2 of my friends, Glory and Moses, you would have picked the word we use, a common word that we use to describe our experience, and that is
challenging. Yeah, let me just pick that word. Actually, it's very challenging. Challenging,
challenging. Yeah, it will take a lot from you.
Yes, challenging. Nobody told me that it was going to be challenging. Nobody told me it was going to be hard, right? I just would come up on YouTube. I spoke to a few number of people. Honestly, I wasn't really asking them about how rigorous it would be. I just wanted to know how to survive, what I would need to come along with, what I needed, right? But nobody specifically told me that, Veronica, this journey you're embarking on is going to be tough. I do not want to mince words. That's why I am just actually saying it as it is. But trust me, as long as you're able to get a hang of it in the first few weeks, months, semester, it would actually become easier, if you understand what I mean. But from this point of view now, as a graduate and, as someone who has completed a journey, and in retrospect, I think that I should have been informed before I started that it was not going to be easy. It's a 1-year program because I actually went through my master's. It's a 1-year program that would be really rigorous. It's well packed. There's going to be a lot happening back to back. You have to get used to all of the resources, all of the journals. If you have not watched a video where I broke down each semester, and the title of the video is A Typical Week in My Life as an International Student, something like that, I'll link it up. Please watch it. I broke down how each typical semester would be, how many courses I offered, the units of the courses, and how I had classes, how my week would go, and all of that. So that will give you an idea of how it can be really hard. And even though I mentioned that there are weeks that I'll just have classes 3 days in the week, the other 2 days will be used to just find your feet, to understand the classes you did during the 3 days, classes and tutorials, by the way. And then you have courseworks. Courseworks will start as early as sometimes the 5th week, 6th week, and then it comes back to back. So let me tell you a story of what happened during one of my courseworks in 2nd semester. By the way, I think 2nd semester is one semester that showed me another side of the master's degree program. As in, it was hard. I won't even lie. Please, if you have done your master's or if you went through master's in the UK or anywhere as an international student, what semester is usually the hardest or was the hardest for you, right? Please tell me in the comment section. Let's just interact. But for me, it was 2nd semester, right? When I completed 1st semester, I thought it was 1st semester. But when I entered 2nd semester, I just knew that no, this is the height. So it's going to be hard, really. I'll be very sincere with you. I remember in 2nd semester, I was working on one of my coursework and I had no slight idea what I was supposed to do. The lecturer had come to class, she had tried to explain. Let me mention at this point that you're going to meet new concepts. If you watch my previous video as well, the video where I spoke about a typical week in my life as an international student, I mentioned there that do not think that because you have studied in that particular field before, you are not going to meet new things. Now imagine coming into another line of study from your undergrad. It's going to be a lot of work. So be ready to learn, unlearn, relearn, right? And yeah, like I was saying, I didn't have an idea of what I was doing with that coursework. And literally, I was walking on the staircase one day when I was printing journals for that coursework, and I was like, God, if you do not help me, I will fail. That was it. I didn't kneel down to pray. I didn't even say, God, I didn't close my eyes. I was walking. I think it was even a Sunday. I went to school. If you've watched some of my videos, you see how my school is. And I mentioned where I would usually sit to read, right? So it's called the Commons, Learning Commons. I was walking down the stairs back to the Learning Commons so that I can continue reading. And I said, God, if you do not help me, I will fail. Trust me, it did help me, and that's why I'm graduating now. This is my advice for you. You will need to be really independent and have a strong mind, to be honest, because you might just get to the verge of giving up a number of times. You need that strong mind. You need that strong support that will help you to go through the year. So when people are telling you that, don't worry, you can do it. You can do it. Yes, you can do it. I really believe it. But please remember the key word, the common word. It's going to be challenging. You will read, you will write, you would stay up, you will lose sleep, you would sacrifice a whole lot, right? And this is me just coming to give you as it is. Sometimes you would have to sacrifice time with talking to family because you have a deadline to meet, right? You have to know how to balance priority on your courses, on your coursework. You have to know how to live a balanced life as a student. Like I have a video on that as well, balancing it all as an international student. I'll link it up. Please watch it. It will really help you and prepare you. So this is not to scare you. It's just to prepare you ahead. But trust me, as long as you are able to get a hang of it, you will be fine. That takes me to the second point that I wish I knew before I started my journey as a master's degree student in the UK. This is that you paid for a whole lot more alongside your tuition, right? So most times we would usually just pay a lump sum for our tuition, but we will not really sit down to check for the breakdown. And it's even easier to miss this point if you are a sponsored student. I am a scholarship student, or I was a scholarship student for my master's. So I really did not have anything to do with the breakdown of my tuition, because it was between the school and the scholarship body that was sponsoring me, right? It was until I go to school and started really trying to understand the process, the resources I was entitled to as a student. That was when I realized that I wasn't only entitled to going to classes and just getting lectures. I was entitled to so much more. I had the access to go to the library and use all of the resources. There's an online platform as well, resources where you can get a soft copy of materials, journals, the whole lot of softwares that I had access to. There is this career and employment service that you can review your CV, review your cover letter, the people I can talk to that will help me and advise me career-wise. All of this was part of the package. And I didn't know, right? I had an idea, but I honestly didn't know that it was that broad and wide. When you pay for your tuition, please take the time to find out what comes with the full package. All right, don't just feel that it's just classes. So try to find out all of this. Okay, so especially for sponsored students, please do not get carried away with the fact that someone else is, taking up that burden, and then you do not know all the things that you have access to. You might not necessarily know immediately. Immediately you resume, start finding out, start registering, putting your name up for things that will benefit you, especially in the long run, and as you prepare yourself to graduate from school. So make sure that you use up all of these resources. You have the opportunity, or you have the privilege to actually reach out to your lecturer aside the general classes that you have. You can reach out to your lecturers for help. It's part of the work. They have office hours. You can book an appointment and just talk to them. They can help you with anything you're having challenges with. I'm sure there's a lot more that I didn't even really explore, because it would usually just take time to know all of this. But if you can start early if possible, before you even resume, start to understand all of this online, and it will really help you. The third one is that there would always be someone in charge of what you are looking for. There would always be someone to answer the question that you have. And this is from the line of needing help, or, I talked about resources in the last point. If you need to talk to someone, if you need to get a book from the library and you don't know how to go about it, if you need to register yourself for a particular resource, there would always be someone to talk to. The case might just be that you do not know who it is, or you do not know how to go about it. So let me give you an example. When I was writing my dissertation will usually have the research part and then the analysis. But before you can analyze, you need data. So the resource that I was going to use to gather my data is already provided by my school. In fact, application I was going to use to run my data is already provided by school as well. Right from second semester, we were already exposed to these applications, which made it easier while using it in third semester for my dissertation. But that's not even the point. So as at the time where I needed it in third semester, there was a plug-in that I had to be set up on for me to be able to extract data from the data source and platform. I didn't have that access. I struggled a lot. But one thing I did was I reached out to the general help desk in the library, because I actually did not know where to go to. And it took a while, but they were able to connect me to persons after persons until I got the right persons. I jumped on calls several times, video calls, voice calls, mails, and they just kept reaching out again that, okay, I'll refer you to someone in the organization that developed that particular database. They can help you, because reaching out to them individually wasn't going to work, since it's an institutional based application. So all of this back and forth eventually led me to the right person, and I was able to get the plugin, and it all went smoothly from there. So the whole summary of this story is just to tell you that there is always someone to help for something. There's always someone that is paid to be in charge of a particular thing that you are trying to get answers for. But you might not know except you put in the work, search for answers, ask questions, but just know that there's always someone. So ask and make your research so that you're not frustrated, right? So that you do not feel like you are alone. And start on time as well. Start on time. That will help you. So we're getting closer to the end. If you're enjoying this video and you watched up to this end, make sure that you subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Also, be sure to give me a thumbs up, like I said earlier in the video. Now let's proceed to the fourth thing I wish I knew when I started my master's degree program. The fourth thing would be to start thinking about my dissertation from the beginning, from the very first day that you start. In fact, before you even start thinking about what you want to do, what you want to write, the topic you want to focus on for your dissertation. I'm sure a lot of you already know how dissertation can be so demanding. Maybe as an undergraduate, you have the idea already, or maybe you've done a master's before. Trust me, the only period you have for the formal writing is 3 months. 3 good months. It's going to come by so fast. So if you start early, it will save you a lot of time, to save you a lot of headache, it save you a lot of worrying, sleepless nights. Trust me, because there'll be a whole lot of things to figure out. If possible, you can start writing your proposal as early as you can, probably in second semester. If you can start in first semester already, have a topic in mind, or just have a couple of topics, 2 or 3 is fine. I knew that I was supposed to start thinking about my dissertation topic and what I want to do a long time before, but I didn't start early enough. I think it was in second semester that I started to properly think about it and figure it out, and that also helped me. So that was not too late. But do not wait till the third semester or till when you actually need it, because dissertation is a lot of work. 5 to 6 chapters. You think it's just 5 or it's just 6, but it's a whole lot. It's about 15,000 words, between 11,000 and 15,000 words based on what your school requires. It's a lot of work. So starting early will help you. So let's move on to the very final point that I wish I knew before I started my master's program, and that would be that the year will run by so fast. The year will move so fast. Deadline upon deadline upon deadline, right? Classes, reading, all of that. It's going to happen so fast. And some of this will make you worry. Some of this will make you lose sleep. Some of this will make you panic. Some of this will make you anxious. Some of this will make you nervous. It's going to be a whole lot of mixed emotions. I wish I knew that. I could have been more prepared. So if there's any way that you can be prepared to have a fast-paced experience, when employers will tell you in the job description that you must be able to work in a very fast-paced environment. Yeah, I think schools should put that as well in their brochure or their application pages so that we can know. But this is me telling you now, right? It's going to be fast. You have to be ready. You have to be prepared. But trust me, irrespective of however it goes, it's going to be all worth it. It's not going to be a phase that will last forever. That's what I'll say. Because I want people that are on this journey as well to get the message, to feel encouraged, right? It's going to be fast paced. Looking on the bright side, it's just to tell you that before you know it, you're done. So even to give you a bonus point of things I wish I knew, it would be that you will need a lot of prayers, a lot of motivation, a solid support group or support system, and you're going to need a lot of courage and independence. So please ensure that you have one or more of these, and it would really, 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 really help you. Okay. Also, in the midst of all of this support, in the midst of all of this motivation, do not get confused as well when it looks like you're doing something right and someone is trying to confuse you. And this is in terms of your coursework or in terms of just trying to get the resources that you need. If you feel that someone is telling you that I don't think you need this for exams, don't study wide, focus on this, make sure that you confirm, right? This in terms of reading or working on your projects, right? You have to have a mind of your own to find out information by yourself. So do not get carried away because you have a lot of people or support around you. You might not necessarily have a lot of people, but it might be just one person that you reach out to. So try to make the lecturer your friend and the online platform or online classroom your friend, so that you can confirm deadlines directly from there. You can confirm the requirements of each coursework and each exams from there directly, so that you're not doing the wrong thing and you do not lose marks for it. So thank you so much for watching till this end. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. I'll really appreciate. Do not forget to subscribe. Do not forget to share this video to everyone that you think will need it. Also comment and engage with me. If you have a video idea for me, please reach out to me. I have all of my contacts in the description box below. And having said all of this, I'll see you all in my very next video. Bye guys.